in one of the areas that I served, there was a man who came to church regularly, but was not a member. His son was a member, and his mother was a member, but he and his wife were not members. We found out later that they had been introduced to the church years ago when his mother joined the church in Jamaica. And there was a member of the ward who was a good friend of this family, knew the son really well in the young men's program. The son was maybe 16 at this time, 16 or 17. And this brother told us, why don't you guys go over and visit this man that comes to church all the time? And we said, sure, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And so we went over, and he came to the door, and he couldn't meet with us right then because there was company at the house, but he was happy to see us. And we went back another time, and he welcomed us in. And I think he said something like, I wish I could remember exactly what he said, but I think he said, "Oh, elders, it's about time that you came and saw me," something like that. That's kind of unusual. And so we came in and we sat down, and he's very nice, very wonderful, wonderful Jamaican family, so hospitable, and we began to speak with him and just connect on, become his friends and talk about his family and his son who was a member of the church. And he told us, he said, this was near the end of the year, and he said, in the new year, I'm going to start coming to church for 2 hours, I think, because he would come to sacrament meeting and then he would leave usually. He really enjoyed watching his son bless the sacrament on Sundays. And he said, I think I'm going to start staying for another hour of church. And we thought, oh, that's great. He just volunteered this information. We keep talking, and he said to us, I also think that I think I need to start drinking less coffee. I was drinking 4 cups a day, and I think he said I've gone down to 2 cups a day, and in the new year I think I'm going to go down to 1 cup a day. And this had nothing to do with what we were talking about. We weren't teaching the word of wisdom. We really were just here to feel out the situation because it's a part member family, and you want to see if there's anything you can help the family with, and if there's any interest on the part of the parents, see if we can help them understand better what their children are doing in the church. And we thought, wow, this is going well. and then I don't know if more time passed as we were talking, but he said, don't you guys have some lessons for people like me? Maybe we ought to get those started. And so if you've been on a mission, you know that this does not happen every day. And if you haven't been on a mission, you'll see that when you find someone that's that prepared, you know it. You know it when you see it, because most people are just not as prepared as that. And we said, of course, yeah, we can start doing that. And I became such good friends with this man. We loved this family, and this good brother was so interested in having sincere questions answered. And it really, he knew missionaries for years. And as it turned out, they had gotten to know the missionaries early in their marriage when his mother, who now lived with them at this point in Jamaica, his mother joined the church, and the missionaries had gotten to know them. And as it turned out, they still had their personal copies of the Book of Mormon that they'd been holding on to for 20 years. And this brother had never been baptized because his questions had never been answered. And he began asking us very honest, sincere questions about doctrines and about the atonement and about things that he didn't understand. And it was such a joy to be able to answer those questions with the guidance of the Spirit. And he, at the time, he kind of felt like it was something about us, something that we had that other missionaries didn't have, and we knew that wasn't the case. We just knew that it was the right time for him, and it had taken him this long to be prepared, to be ready to ask those questions, and to really seek out those answers. And in a matter of months, short months, they were baptized, and both he and his wife. And his son baptized him, and his son conferred the Aaronic priesthood on him. And then when his son turned, and then he, of course, received the Melchizedek priesthood not too much long after that. And when his son turned 18, he ordained his son an elder in the priesthood. And this is that one of those families that I've remained close to and have loved seeing the change in them, and also just the warmth and readiness with which they embrace the gospel, and the unity that their family now has with more of them being members of the church. And so it was funny that first time when he told us the changes he was going to be making, informing us of what he was planning on doing, which as a missionary, usually you're the one asking people to do these things. And so it was really nice to have that experience and to see the hand of the Lord preparing someone, and also to recognize that sometimes a member of the ward, the brother that told us to go over there and visit this family, sometimes information like that is inspired, and that information can lead to inspiration. And so I'm grateful to that brother who suggested that we go visit this family, because that's the reason that we did.